Sunderland band Kenickie was formed in 1994 by a group of school friends. 4 years on, and they're touring the country to promote their second album, Get In.
He met a star.
He
gave him drugs. He said that people.
You can't have it. You can't have it. Do your snow grave.
Gallivant around the world, we knock about with each other in advance. I've been on a school trip for 4 years.
Sometimes you'll just suddenly think, I can't believe this is actually happening, this moment, you know, like basically being paid to kind of go around with your friends, get drunk and play songs. It's like, it's just incredible.
We left school, got really bored, so bored, like, you know, you think you're just going to die of having nothing to do. So we started a group and then people took interest, so we're like, oh yeah, well, we'll keep doing it.
We never made a conscious decision that we were going to sign a record deal. It just sort of happened. People asked us to. Do you know what I mean? We just seemed to. People say, oh, you know, do you want to make an album? And then we went, yes, okay. And then they went, do you want to make another one? We went, yes, okay.
5 o'clock. Okay, that's brilliant. So just go to the Red Star office.
For a start, we're girls, which is really crap because it's not crap, it's great being a girl, obviously, but like that really got us noticed. I mean, we'd be lying if we said it didn't. Because if we were all lads, they probably wouldn't have given us a second look. They might have given us the first look, but you know, the second one wouldn't have come, I don't think. We're just not so samey, you know, and we don't try to copy other people's records, we make our own, you know, which is a big thing that a lot of people forget. And we're quite good as well, that's obviously the main part.
I don't know what it is, but it's definitely something about them as people. They are very witty, charming, intelligent, and obviously that charm is conveyed through them as people, their personalities, as well as their music. And I think maybe their accents is just icing on the cake, really.
This is the stage. Doesn't look very exciting. I've missed all the exciting bit, have I? Oh, that's just fucking typical, that is. There's my amp, because it says Lauren, and that's me. And that's it, really.
The North East has got millions of talented people, millions of really good musicians, but to get an A&R man to the North East, you've got to give him like £1 million and promise him a holiday home in Tuscany, practically, you know. It just so happened that we got on the radio first. That's how we did it. You know, we got on John Peel programme.
I just like the noise that they made, you know, and as a father of 2 daughters, I quite like the idea of liberated, free-thinking young women doing, I hesitate to use the expression, their own thing, but yeah, I just think that's quite good, quite healthy. There should be more of it.
Everyone thought that we must be stupid because we were young and because, you know, we're girls as well. And people always tried to rip us off, like people were always offering us rubbish deals. But we were sort of clever enough and astute enough to just go, no, or, you know, and we got sort of a lawyer and everything early on and had everything checked over, so we managed to avoid making any really terrible business-style errors.
In 1996, Kenickie signed to a subsidiary of Britain's biggest label, EMI, and the image makers went to work.
I'm in pieces, does no one see it? I am stronger on the outside. It's easy when you know why. This feel inside, it's not so bad. I've got friends who lift my spirit. I've got songs that no one hears. Sometimes
I think it's the blend of characters within them and the songwriting, 2 very distinctive ingredients that make up a special band. The songwriting is a perfect combination of strong melodies and hooks with incisive lyrics that are relevant to people of their age and older and younger. And their characters, I mean, when you've only got to speak to them for 5 minutes and you get an immediate impression of a bunch of people who are exceedingly strong in character and very funny and very clever as well, very bright. And I think all of that comes across in their music.
Suddenly, everybody wanted a piece of Kenickie. The band began to realise that they were no longer just a group of school friends. They were a hot property to be bought and sold in the marketplace.
Everything you hear about the record industry is true. It's full of idiots who would rather skin your mother than give you the time of day, you know. It's full of fools. There are some notable exceptions though. There's some lovely people, but not many, about 5, you know. And that's horrible, obviously.
I think most people are pretty horrible, really, you know, in the world, so it's just kind of the same proportions as you would meet every day. If I've felt exploited occasionally, then I haven't felt more exploited than I've exploited other people. It's sort of symbiotic, really, the relationship between everything, so I don't really have a problem with it.
You do have to do, like, you know, schmoozing and being nice to people that you don't particularly want to do. And that's fine as long as you know that it's not real and you know that these people aren't really your friends. You know, they can be, you meet nice people as well as horrible people. But as long as you take everyone for just a business thing, then you're okay. It's when, I think, it's dangerous when bands think that, like, people are their friends and then they get a bit confused. You know, you've got to know who's your friends and who's not. And as long as you know that, then you'll be okay.
If you deal with a major label, it's inevitable that there are certain greater pressures and if you sign to a major label, obviously the reason why the major label gets involved is they want the act to be successful. So they'll do their best to make sure the act is successful. And I don't think Kenickie would have gone down that route if they didn't also believe that they were in for that reason as well, you know, that they also want to be successful.
It can transform their lives, not necessarily for the better. You know, showbiz isn't necessarily wonderful. People die as a result of some of the things that they encounter. The requirements of major record labels seem to me to be strange and disturbing in that they sign people up for what they perceive as virtues and then try and transform them into something else. And I know that, you know, Kenickie seem to be quite happy to be transformed in a way. I mean, they wanted to be, they wanted to be pop stars and live a pop star life.
But the pop star life has to be paid for in cold hard cash. They got no higher than 24 in the singles charts, and their first album was not a runaway success. Their summer release, Stay in the Sun, returned disappointing sales. Changes at EMI meant the band had new masters. Their second album had to succeed. But the promotional tour is not going well. Ticket sales are slow. As the pressure builds, the band's morale is being tested to the limit.
Marie's got a new toy, as you can see. There's me looking ugly. There's us all looking ugly apart from Marie, who looks attractive.
I think I look beautiful.
That's why you haven't got a husband.
Marie, my mummy loves me no matter what I look like. She doesn't mind. My mummy loves me anyway. My mummy says I'm beautiful even if no one else thinks I am. My mummy loves me.
Downstairs, the promoters are worried about breaking even, with plenty of tickets unsold. The club is only half full as the band make their way to the stage.